Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. All right, today we're going to talk about losing motivation, losing momentum. What is that? And what's the difference between losing momentum if you're trying to achieve your goals and somebody who is highly successful losing momentum? When super highly successful people lose momentum, they use it to drive themselves to go after their dreams even more. They can't stand feeling that way, but they do feel that way. I want you to know that those people, successful people, do feel that way. But they would never consider quitting. They actually can't stand that thought, and so they'll either readjust the situation, regroup, or they just push forward through it. Now, I'd say the majority of people lose their enthusiasm, their momentum, their whatever, for whatever they go into to change their lives. And they tell themselves it's okay, and they quit, and they go back. So this is a fear of failure. The successful person, failure to them is to not follow through and to quit. The person who doesn't go and follow through with their dreams has fear of failure, so they don't do it in the first place because they're afraid if they do and it doesn't work out that they're a failure. So they don't start it. Or they start it and then they run away and say, oh, that didn't work for me. We get that in my internet training all the time. Oh, this isn't for me. I thought, no, it got tough. It got tough, and you are not willing to go through what it takes to change your life. So we're constantly telling ourselves stories, and we talk ourselves out of success. We're constantly doing that. You know, it's okay. Okay, if you go on a diet, right, which is silly, you should just eat well all the time and learn how to do that, and then you'll never have to diet again, right? But let's say you go on a diet, you have to really make some changes in how you eat. So for you, it's a diet. And so what happens is maybe you're really good, or you work out and you've had a great week, and then you tell yourself, or something happens and you've been really good, then you tell yourself, oh, I deserve this. And then you eat a piece of cake or whatever it is you love, or a burger, you know. I've earned it. I deserve this. We have a way of self-sabotaging ourselves to go right back into the old habits. We sabotage our success. We all do it. All humans do it. I've earned this. I deserve this. And you go back to the cigarette, or one too many cocktails, or you know, whatever it is that you consistently do that hasn't been good for you. I've earned it. So successful people, they do give themselves rewards all the time. But it's the kind of rewards that are going to multiply their success. So the reward might be like, I would purchase something that's going to enhance my business, right? All right, so I purchase some new training or something like that. I'm investing in myself, and it feels good, but it's also going to be really good for me in my goals. The other person invests in an education and says, what are you going to do for me? I get people going. The free workshop I give for my internet training, landriaonka.net, you'll see it here. Start now too, if you sign up for that free workshop series. It's down in the description. All right, they go, I have to pay for this? Well, they get done with the workshop, and of course the offer is to actually go in and do the full-blown education. But you got to learn a lot about it before you made that decision. I have to pay for that? I said, did you go to college? But so that's that poor, I call it the poor man's mentality. They don't even realize that they're, sabotaging their success. I don't want to invest in myself because if it's not what I think it should, and I don't get what I'm supposed to get, and that's that, what is it for me? What's in it for me? Then they complain. It's always give me, give me, give me. And so the success entrepreneur, the successful mind, is what am I going to create? What am I going to give? What can I do? And how am I going to be better? And they look for the tools to do that. So if they, let's say there's a lot of crappy training out there, there's a lot of stuff out there that's just not of value, just like anything. If you get what you pay for, right? If you buy a car that's used and it's not so good, it's a clunker, whatever, versus a more expensive car that's brand spanking new. Those can be clunkers too, but my point is that there's good and bad out there, and you have to discriminate and find the best tool and whatever. And so if you buy the really good car and it gets you to where you want in luxury and it feels good, yay! But you have to maintain that car. So same thing with any kind of education or training. You're investing in yourself. What are you going to get out of it? Is it going to get you to where you want? Now, if you get a clunker, you say, okay, it didn't work out. I learned from this. There are clunkers out there. All right, our training is not a clunker. We're the Harvard of online business training, in my opinion. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I'm going to tell you, it's outstanding. I was able to completely change my life because of it. But not because they gave me the tools, but because I used them. I found the value, and I absolutely went after it, and I was not going to fail. What's failure? Quitting. So failure to me wasn't having a campaign that didn't work, or something I launched that didn't do well. Failure to me was not trying again and making it work, just like every inventor. Thousands and thousands of tries before they get it. Thousands, years and years. Some of them spent their whole life on one invention. And then they have hundreds going too, because they know you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Entrepreneurs know this. So I want you to just switch gears if you want to be successful in anything, even if it's within your own job. People complain, it's my boss and this and that, I'm not appreciated. I'm like, are you putting 100% in? Are you earning that way out of that position to something higher? No matter what your situation, success is being the best waiter or waitress, or the best busboy or busgirl, or the best toilet cleaner. Why? Because that's the way you excel. That's the way you get out, because your energy is that no matter what level I'm at, I'm okay with it, because I'm always going to be at my best no matter what. And so others think that those positions are below them, or people owe them, or what are you going to give me? And that mentality, that keeps you exactly where you are. That is not a mentality for a successful person. I'll tell you right now, if you do that, then you're probably struggling. I've never met a person with that mentality that wasn't struggling financially in some way, or within their job, or never being able to get higher into whatever they want to achieve within their careers, or whatever it is, even relationships. Right? What's in it for me? And they go into a relationship and it doesn't work out, and it's like it's always their fault or whatever. Ask yourself, how can I improve? What can I do with this? What did I learn from this? And don't quit. Successful people don't quit. They adjust, they learn, they continue to expand on it. And they're not afraid of things not coming through. But those who quit are afraid of failure. They think failure means something went wrong that didn't happen. And this is, I've done videos on this. This is how we live our lives. We're unhappy all the time because we think things are supposed to be right all the time. They are right all the time. Those challenges you get are absolute messages from the universe of things that you need to change, things you need to work on, tests. And we don't accept that. We say life is bad, it's going wrong. And we treat our careers that way. This shouldn't happen, this is going wrong. It's not what I thought it would be. And then you're unhappy. You're always going to be unhappy because you're always looking to that outside world to do it for you. Our education. What are you going to give me? You're going to help me make money. Yeah, we're going to give you the tools, but you're going to do it. Why? Because that's how life works. Nobody's going to do anything for you. You're totally responsible. That's your journey. And treat life that way. There's no failures. Go out and live it. You cannot make a mistake. If you have, somebody said they had so many choices they didn't know what to do, I said, pick one. Just pick one. If you look at all the choices and your heart isn't moved by any one of them, Put them on a piece of paper and a hat and pull one. The universe will help you pull the right one, and you'll get what you need. And never call it a failure. Well, oh, that's not what I should have done. Yes, it is. Because if you did something and it didn't work out so great, that's one less thing. That's more information that you have. But if you look at it as a failure, then you do not have a success mentality. So, business ideas. People are so afraid to move forward on them. Well, great. Die and never know what would happen. You gotta try if you want to be successful. That's the only way you can be successful, is to put yourself out there. And this constant fear, this fear that things aren't going to happen the way they should, or I'm not good enough, or all this stuff, is ridiculous. Because you wield amazing power. So your success mentality, it's all within your control. And see everything as a positive learning experience and say, I'm going to use this. You know, okay, I bought a clunker, right? If you buy a clunker, you say, what did I learn? Well, I should have had it inspected first. I should have done some homework. And I'm not talking about Googling stuff on the internet where everybody can put whatever crap they want on there. I'm talking about do some real homework. You know, find out who really drove that car before. You know, and you know, do a background check if you're going to date out there. I had a friend do a background check, and she was like stunned at what she found out. We live in a world where we can do that. We can eliminate some, you know, some nasty situations. Use them. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. That's how you learn. Is how am I going to be better? Because I can't just go flying into stuff just with my heart all the time. We live in the real world. Somebody said, when I said I loved my dog barking because somebody was on my property looking around, and she said, what if you'd have opened the door and invited him for coffee and cake? Well, I don't keep cake in my house, but coffee and cake, and said, welcome. And I said, well, the guy was actually stealing stuff, so that would not have been a good move for me. So in the fifth dimension and sixth dimensions, that would work. But you're still in this world where it takes work to get things done. It takes money to invest in yourself, to get education or purchase things, and you have to work to receive it too. You have to give to receive. So how are you doing that? If your attitude of success is, I'm going to give value, I'm going to give value, boy, I'll tell you, you're going to receive like nobody's business, right? And do it on the highest level. Because if you're giving what you say is value and it's not, and you're just trying to make money off of people, guess what? That's going to collapse. It'll catch up with you. People say, hey, my widget's falling apart. This is crap. And pretty soon, everybody knows that your widget doesn't work. And you could have built a really great widget if you'd have done it right the first time. So don't be afraid to fail. Fail is learning. Don't be afraid to progress. Don't be afraid to expand. Failure is expansion. Failure is learning. Failure is expansion. So say, I'm going to go into this and I'm not afraid to expand. No matter what happens, say, I'm expanding. You now have more experience, more information. You're a wiser, more expansive person for having gone into that space, that quantum space, where now you are in a different room and there's other things in there and they're amazing. So no quitting, fear of failure, silly. It's silly. That's not a success mindset. And entrepreneurs, natural entrepreneurs, they would never consider quitting, right? They may think it, but they don't truly consider it. There are times when they have just as many fears and stuff going on, but the thought of quitting to them is true failure. Because that is not expansive. That's not learning. So can you switch into that and ask yourself, all right, am I afraid of expanding? Am I afraid of expanding? Ask yourself that question. Wow. Oh, here's this thing, and there's an event, and I'm trying to meet somebody. Am I afraid of expanding? Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of expanding. Right? Not afraid I'm going to go there and make a fool out of myself and not meet anybody. Say, I'm afraid of expanding. And then that doesn't sound really good, and chances are pretty good you're going to go to the event and meet somebody nice, or not. But you've expanded, you went there. And the other problem too that we have with ourselves, our story, is that it should be this way, and if it doesn't work out that way, then we're just, shouldn't have done it. I went to the event, I didn't meet anybody, or there were jerks there, or whatever. You still expand it. Again, the invention is not always going to work the first time, or second, or third, or 500, or 6,000, or 10,000. But you're never going to find that solution until you keep going and expand into a process of elimination. This is what our lives are about. It's not meant to be everything perfect. And then we're upset when it's not perfect. And we wonder why we're unhappy all the time. All right, so somebody asked me to do a video about going deep. Hey, the person that recommended that I stop using my coffee maker, thank you. I do appreciate that. I think it's really cool you said that. But you know what? The coffee maker is not going to kill me. I really love my coffee maker. And so we got to pick our own things that work for us. And so anything that makes coffee is subject to bacteria and stuff like that. But you just got to do your best with what you choose, pick and choose. But I do know that you had good intentions, so thank you for that. I do appreciate that. You guys, sharing information on my channel is always welcome. And even if I choose not to do something, or it's not something that I truly believe myself, that's okay. We all have different opinions and different realities, and we're here to share them, not to say that mine is right and yours is wrong. All right? I just want you to know that, because you guys are putting some amazing comments on there. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.